For more on this, James Hookham joins me live from the United Kingdom. He's the Secretary General of Global Shippers Forum. James, good to see you. Before I ask my question, I just want to remind our audience that what they're seeing on the right-hand side of their screens are live scenes coming to us from Baltimore, and you can see the collapsed bridge along with the cargo ship that collided with that bridge. Now, James, to start off, what was your initial reaction to this news?
Well, this is a terrible tragedy, and of course, the Global Shippers Forum extends its deepest sympathies and thoughts to the families of those that are believed to have lost their lives. But this is also a huge incident for the shipping industry, as it demonstrates the scale of operations and also, tragically, the ways in which they can go wrong. So we are in shock. We are dismayed at the extent of the devastation, and our thoughts are with all of those families and citizens of Baltimore that are affected.
Right, and it was a major trade route located on the east coast of the United States. I wonder, how do you think this incident is going to impact exporters, importers, and economies across the world?
So the Port of Baltimore is a very significant port in the US economy for the import of finished motor vehicles. There's significant exports of coal and timber, although the vessel, the Dali that was in collision, was a container vessel and moving obviously other general merchandise and consumer goods into and out of Baltimore. So it's a significant closure, but our understanding is that most vessels that were destined for Baltimore are currently paused, they're at anchor, awaiting further instructions. And our expectation is that these vessels will be diverted to other East Coast ports where there is probably the capacity to absorb this additional demand from Baltimore, as trade in the ports has been down just recently. And so we're not expecting this to turn into a major supply chain crisis for the United States.
Do you think this incident might prompt shippers across the world to take additional measures from preventing such incidents in the future?
Well, I think we need to find out exactly what the causes are here. It just seems to be a dreadful coincidental loss of power. But a lot of shippers are thinking now about the exposure of their supply chains and the risk of disruption in their deliveries of goods. So many companies will have contingency plans, and although they're not moved in container ships, new vehicles can be delivered to other ports on the east coast of the United States. They use a different type of vessel, a roll-on, roll-off vessel, rather than the container vessel that we see here. So there are other ports that can handle this, and I'm sure many of the major importers and manufacturers will have contingency plans that they can activate that will allow these deliveries to be taken, but through the different ports as capacity becomes available.
James Hookham, thank you very much for talking to us here on TRT World. Really appreciate your taking out the time.